Central China slammed by extreme weather, floods and snowstorms strike at once. On September the 15th, 2025, torrential rains hit Anhui and surrounding regions, unleashing flash floods that swallowed streets and villages in minutes. Cars were swept away, homes collapsed, and entire communities looked like scenes ripped straight from a disaster movie. At the very same time, people in Henan were stunned to see heavy snow falling in the middle of summer. Just a day earlier, on September the 14th, many parts of China were still enjoying the lingering warmth of early autumn, but the skies suddenly turned hostile, unleashing downpours across central and northern China. This wasn't ordinary bad weather, it was a massive, full-scale assault of the elements. From Anhui to Henan, from Chongqing to Shandong, countless towns and cities were thrown into chaos overnight. In Anhui, busy streets morphed into raging rivers within minutes. Rain poured down like giant barrels being emptied all at once, pounding rooftops and cars. A man from Shandong recalled, his voice still shaking, "I thought I was used to heavy rain, but this was something else. Between me and my motorcycle, we weigh almost 400 pounds. Yet the current nearly knocked us over. All I could do was let go of the throttle and pray I'd make it through alive." His account went viral online, chilling people who could barely imagine the scene. In Hefei, panic gripped the city when an elevated highway suddenly gave way, collapsing into what looked like a massive waterfall crashing onto the streets below. A taxi driver described the moment. Out of nowhere, a waterfall appeared right in front of my windshield. For a second I thought I wasn't in Hefei anymore, but trapped inside a movie scene. People abandoned their cars, screaming and running for their lives. Chongqing, known as the Mountain City, was hit just as hard. In 24 hours, some districts recorded nearly 8 inches of rain. In Xianhu village, Yuan district, roads vanished under floodwater, forcing residents to strap flashlights to themselves and push stranded cars one by one. A few minutes ago, the water was only at our ankles. 15 minutes later, it was up to our waists. We just shouted to each other, climbed to the second floor. Now, a survivor recalled, eyes still wide with fear. Officials insisted that major rivers hadn't crossed danger levels, but few people believed the claims of stability. The Yangtze River was the greatest concern. Levels dropped at Qingtan Station, but kept rising at Wulong Station, a contradiction that made experts uneasy. One hydrologist put it bluntly, "It's like standing on the back of a sleeping giant. It hasn't woken up yet, but it could at any moment, and the consequences would be catastrophic." Even stranger, while Anhui and Chongqing drowned in rain, Henan, Sichuan, and Shandong were blanketed in heavy snow right in mid-September. Fierce winds reaching hurricane strength tore through with thunderstorms, sending temperatures crashing from the 90s down to the mid-40s in just a few hours. In Henan, disbelief spread as residents woke up in t-shirts and went to bed shivering under winter coats. An elderly woman in suburban Zhengzhou choked up as she said, "2 days ago it was so hot I couldn't sleep. Now I'm trembling from the cold. The thin quilt at home doesn't keep the chill out at all." Henan's Weather Bureau issued an emergency bulletin, warning this was the strongest cold front since autumn began. 2 rounds of heavy rain and gale force winds strong enough to rip off roofs and snap trees were on the way. By September the 16th, temperatures were forecast to plunge by 18 degrees F across the province, with central and western areas dropping below 54 degrees F, some even under 50 degrees F. In Sanmenxia, forecasters predicted single-digit Celsius lows, meaning bone-chilling mornings and nights. Just days earlier, Sichuan was sweltering at 95 degrees F, with long lines outside ice cream shops. Now, sweaters and blankets have vanished from store shelves. One college student posted online, "I just finished my exams, still dripping with sweat, and the next thing I know, we are huddled in the dorm trying to stay warm. The weather feels like a cruel joke." Forecasters warned the cold front would keep pressing south from September the 15th to 17th, slashing temperatures by another 15 degrees F across the Yellow River Basin and beyond. The sudden swings weren't just disruptive, they posed real health risks. Hospitals were already bracing for spikes in colds and respiratory illnesses, since the human body struggles to adjust to such violent changes. And the danger isn't over. In the coming days, more regions are expected to see heavy rain, with some facing torrential downpours laced with thunder and lightning. At peak intensity, storms could dump over 6 inches of rain in a single hour, enough to turn any street into a deadly trap.